Damn. Malcolm got his quarterback, man. For real? Bet. Lamar. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying earlier. That's why I like, nigga. I might get 40 touches this game, nigga. I was dead ass. I ain't finna come out there her trying to throw. No, I can't. Yeah. Hell no, especially nigga put up a lot of points.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set.
It's raining and shit. Oh, my God.
The Houston Texans.
It's fucking raining.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return.
It's
Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
I know you fucking lying. Yeah, that hoe up. That hoe up. That hoe up for sure.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller.
Bro,
now Miller
I came out and fumbled.
And fortunately for him, he's able to get it
out and
back,
fumbled,
but it will
bro.
be a loss on the play.
First fucking play of the goddamn drive, dog. We fucking fumbled.
What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
No, I fumbled and picked that hoe up. It's fluke-like. I don't know how we got that hoe under the pile.
On third down, Kessler.
Oh, my fucking God, bro. Look at this pass by Kessler, bro. Oh, my God, bro.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely
I should have clicked on him.
He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available.
Did you see that fucking pass, bro?
Oh, he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson trying to lay one up deep. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Overplayed it.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Go get him. Go get him.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
Oh, give me that.
Incomplete.
Go get him.
You're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Oh my God, get the pick, bro.
It's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. To me,
this nigga gonna go for it?
When you're the underdogs,
I know you fucking lying.
You absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few. Under pressure, the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
He must have known I got it at
I guess is the definition of a head scratcher. Fourth and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
Nigga not finna just sit there and just do the whole game. Nah.
Still in the first half. Decided there's a time to be aggressive.
Man, he got me fucked up. How many points this nigga worth?
If things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one. And look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But fourth and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that.
I can already tell he's trying to strip and shit. Yeah.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing is Kessler on 3rd down. And he is caught by the rookie Riley Ridley. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. A first down carry now for Miller. And he is brought down
my God, this better not be on me. Oh my God.
So on the big time,
come on, video game.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
From the gun, it's Kessler. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Kessler to throw. Pressure from his line, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
Guess when you got D-Hop,
those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
On 3rd and long, it's Kessler. And that will be
this nigga cannot throw, bro.
Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's
it's a great
crazy.
job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest.
Nigga Kessler can't get that bitch down the motherfucking field, boy.
3rd down to bring up 4th. And the Ravens taking the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the
talking
water.
About what?
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah. I'm peeping.
Throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal.
Got a man. It's caught.
Oh, I fucking, you said that shit too. My eyes got stuck in the backfield.
Ravens touchdown.
Fuck.
Chris Godwin.
He rolled right. He trying to throw that whole deep.
His 10th touchdown
Fuck.
of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Come on, play.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side here with Miller. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Watch out for Hill on the return. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here we go on 4th with Kessler. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Jackson now. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even fourth and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Here's Ingram. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup of 38.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Now making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Hey, Wahoo! We won! Roll out! Check! Crouch!
Now they'll throw with Kessler sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Judon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They stare up now at a 3rd and long. Kessler and company needing something big after the sack. A handoff running left is Miller. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Hey, lock it.
They'll go for it. It's Kessler. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is going to be incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Jackson on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Just keeping the play alive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews.
We play to win. Let's go.
So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Forced out to his left. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jackson now throwing again. Being chased out left. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd.
And it's a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Go now. 18 Gator. Squeeze.
They begin with a run by Miller. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The throw over the middle taken in. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Godwin, 77 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory. 3
touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
91. You got nothing with it. You got nothing. Get it.
On first down, Miller. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On second down, here's Miller. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And it's a sack. Down goes Kessler.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So they will go for it. Now Kessler. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
Leo!
Kessler now on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Back now in Baltimore. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run. It's Miller. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
There goes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Brian Calhoun. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Kessler back into his end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 63 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Here's Kessler going deep for Hopkins. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to go deep down the left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Calhoun. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Kessler. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Go on. Hey, box truck. Hey, lock it. Look, squeeze.
Kessler and company going on fourth. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing him.
He's going to, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Jackson. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from the 20, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson, this will be caught at about the 5. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Set, ready? Fair. 18 Gator. Leo. Rock it. Shoot, watch the shoot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. One last shot for Kessler. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football